Hi everyone, Sailor Venus here, Sailor V, Mina here, and Sailor Hellish World, and today we're going to talk about how my leg broke off. This happened at least 1, 2, 3 years ago. I wasn't doing anything, rough with the doll. I was in a doll stand, and my hair got caught in it. And somehow, when pulling the hair loose, Annette seen that broke the leg off. And you're thinking to yourself, how could that happen? You're thinking that leg's been together since, 2001 YL, which would at least make it 21 or 22 years ago at that time that leg's been together. But in 2023, it lost the ghost, you know? Or was it 2024? Anyway, the only way I could fix it was to do over sticky ooze and also, some, tape that holds the leg together, binding it with the other good leg. And that was the only way we could do it. Now I know some folks are going to bring out what kind of tape. Well, it has to be this long, white tape, and you have to take the broken leg and wrap it around the good leg. And you're thinking, well, how often does this happen to IRWIN toy dolls? That I can't tell you. But it must be a thing that happens to IRWIN toy dolls, at least the Sailor Moon ones, because I can't speak for the other ones that they made. And some folks are going to say, well, so how do you think getting your hair caught in a doll stand after you're done making a film, I guess it would have been 2024, I guess, and how would that have made it happen? That I don't have the answer for. Maybe that leg was always, going to break off from the rest of my body, and it just picked that to be the time where it happened. Because your guess is good as mine on that one. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what made it happen. But all I know is that I had to have tape wrapped around the broken foot around the good foot. And believe it or not, this one you see right here is the only one that came from the Salvation Army, or I guess the helping fighting arm or whatever, back in 2012, while somewhere in the 2th month of 2012, but the date I don't know. So it makes the only other one of me ever came from a thrift shop. Well, besides the big Luna up there, but that's another tale for another day. And you're thinking to yourself, well, can you go to a doll healing house? Well, first thing is, you gotta look them up if you don't already know one. Then you have to set up your deal to yield them for their time. Then you got to mail it out to them if you're not living where they're at. Then you got to yield for them to get it. Then you got to yield for them to do what they got to do to heal it. Then you got to yield for them to send it back to you. So yeah, you're going to have time where there isn't going to be any dolls. So, and yeah, and as I say, who knows how much doll healing houses, businesses, give a fee for their work. That, I don't know. And could a doll healing house really fix a IRWIN toy doll that was made at the early or late 2001? While the answer is your guess is good as mine. So that's how it happened. So, and to why this happened to me and not to the other ones, well, your guess is good as mine on that one, because I truly don't know why that it only happened to me and not to the other ones. Tuxedo Mask, or Evening Wear Hide, was the only other one where this happened to, and it happened to him more than once. All right, like this film, give it a like, share it, playlist it, and I'll see you later.